I am all you know. I am everything you have ever possessed. You were born of me and will inevitably return to me. I am all you have. It is your duty to protect me. I have provided all the resources needed for you to survive and flourish. I am the earth. But are you really protecting me? Every day, countless amounts of greenhouse gases spew forth into our atmosphere. Oil spills are rampant and destroy wildlife in its natural habitats. My supply of fossil fuels is diminishing and is irreplaceable. The daily consumption of these fuels by the human race is catastrophic, and the source will eventually be depleted.
A great amount of effort has been devoted to the development of alternative energy sources that have fewer consequences for the environment. These include solar power and wind power, among others. But a great new alternative energy source that has become available are hydrogen fuel cells.
Water helps everything to run. At first it was through a drink from my lakes by an animal or a human. Later, dams and watermills generated force and electricity. Now we must return to water, or at least its basic components, hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen fuel cells utilize oxygen gas and hydrogen gas, the most abundant element in the universe. They are both common and renewable, providing a great surrogate for fossil fuels. Many car companies are now building vehicles powered by hydrogen fuel cells. The full extent of hydrogen-powered cars' potential has yet to reveal itself, but many major car companies plan to release their version of a hydrogen-powered car in 2015. Hydrogen fuel cells are currently being used to power buses all over, including in Texas, China, and Germany, which run efficiently and produce no emissions other than water vapor.
A hydrogen fuel cell is essentially a three-chambered metal box. The center chamber is empty, with hydrogen atoms on one side and oxygen atoms on the other. To create energy, both the hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms are shot through to the center. This causes the hydrogen atoms components to split, with the protons going through the metal and the electrons going up the metal plate and over the top to meet up with the proton and oxygen. When they meet, water is formed. It is the interaction between the hydrogen electrons and the metal plate that actually produces electricity. With all the pollution stemming from energy production, you might wonder what consequences this cell has on the environment. The only byproduct of this reaction is water vapor, which is released directly into the atmosphere. There is some concern about water vapor as a greenhouse gas. However, byproducts of gas engines like carbon dioxide are far more effective at trapping heat within the atmosphere. Additionally, the impact on me, the Earth, from drilling for oil to run gas engines, transporting that oil, and then burning it into fossil fuels far outweighs the impact of the water vapor given off by hydrogen fuel.
While there are difficulties because hydrogen gas is expensive to produce and inconvenient to store, this is truly the way of the future. Beyond powering cars, fuel cells can be used for utilities such as heating. Hydrogen gas is very flammable and should not be used in any environment with a high risk of fire. However, the most famous example cited to support this, the explosion in 1937 of the Hindenburg, was caused not by hydrogen, but by the flammable compounds in the ship's outer covering.
For over 2 centuries, the human race has exploited my resources with little intention of giving back. What began with forest destruction transitioned to coal energy and has culminated in the harmful oil dependency of the human race. You owe it to me to find new ways to satisfy your growing energy needs. Hydrogen fuel cells could be the hidden answer that humanity needs.
Say